Line's good.
Never on.
Whoa.
Hard. Release.
Come on, Brent. Line's good. Got real close.
The hair high, right?
Try and hit 2/3.
Have they saved it for her? Yes, they have.
Ooh, welcome to Game of Stones, everybody. I am Sean Graham. Scott alongside, as always. Hello, Scott.
Sean, welcome. It's a tradition unlike any other.
Yes.
The annual Stoney Awards. It's what we wait for all year. I just wanted to get right into it today.
Yeah, so as you say, it's the 2025 Stoney Awards. Yes, the people are excited. People are going wild. It's time for the Stoney Awards. This is our annual tradition. I think we've done this every year in some capacity since we started the show, which I believe would make this the 8th annual? Stoney Awards. But we go through, there are 10 awards that we give out. Most of the categories are the same, but sometimes we like to switch up the categories based on what happened in the world of curling. There are, of course, the prestigious awards. Scott, I feel very, very confident that the Stoney Awards are, even the ones that are kind of silly, the most prestigious awards handed out by a curling podcast.
Yeah, I'd have to agree.
Yeah,
there's none other.
Yeah, so we do have our prestigious awards, sort of the team of the year, shot of the year. I can't remember if we consider game of the year as a prestigious one, because I'll tell you, this year it's not. But we'll go through, talk about it, Scott. The way to kind of recap the year, but also talk about the best and in some cases the worst here in the world of curling. Scott, let's start here in the bottom right corner of our little chart here.
Yeah.
And let's start with the I don't know about that award.
I don't know about that.
I'm not sure about that. And Scott, this is China's claim, or the Chinese men's team claim, that they were not burning rocks at the 2025 World Championship when there was video evidence that strongly appeared as though there was rock burning going on.
Yeah,
I'm not willing to say it was intentional, but they didn't call it. And
you know what I gotta say?
You can feel it when there's a rock that hits your foot.
You know what I gotta say about China not burning rocks? I don't know about that.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. I was going to say it again. I don't know about that.
I don't know about that.
Definitely some video evidence, Sean, that strongly indicated that was happening.
Yeah, a couple times too.
Yeah, and I don't remember if they use the hardline brooms that are like all foam or if there's any hard plastic there. Because if there's hard plastic at all on the broom, like you can hear it.
Yeah.
But maybe with those hardline foam heads, you can't really. I'm not sure.
Maybe. But yeah, that one's tough, right? Because you don't want to necessarily accuse people of cheating, but the fact that it happened a couple times in that event,
yeah,
and it's just, it puts the opponent in such an awkward spot because they saw it and they're like, "Hey guys, I think you touched it," and they're like, "Nope, didn't touch it." Like, so what do you do? And the officials come out and just say, well, it's the non-offending team. But if the offending team doesn't agree that there was an offense, like, how do you get over that hurdle?
Yeah.
You know?
No, exactly.
So that's a really tough spot. And I don't know if there's going to be a rule change on this. I mean, obviously, if something happens to the Olympics, then there will be.
Yeah.
But if this is an isolated incident, okay. But, again, it wasn't one rock.
It wasn't one rock. It wasn't the only time. It's just, yeah, man. I don't know about that.
I don't know about that. All right. So the Chinese men's team gets the I don't know about that award, Scott. Let's move up to the Come On, Man award.
Come on,
and this is something that happened that kind of made you just say, come on, man.
Come on.
And that's Jared Allen, former Minnesota Viking, playing in the Tahoe Slam. Not only, Scott, did he play in the Tahoe Slam, I don't think we talked about this on the show.
No.
He's such a giant human being because football players are giant human beings, that he broke his broom while sweeping just
Yeah.
from leaning on it. I mean,
Yeah.
come on, man.
Come on, man. That's hard to do, right?
Yeah.
These are like carbon fiber brooms that are super, super strong. But this is a super, super strong man.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he made his living being super, super strong.
Yeah.
And
And taking people out.
taking them out.
Yeah.
Apt name for this award, Sean. And they I watched this. I'm shocked that he didn't hurt himself like doing this, because
Yeah. It's incredible that he didn't hit his head or face on the rock.
yeah, or impale himself on his own broom. Like,
Yes.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. And
Of
it
course,
was like,
if he had impaled himself on his broom, he just would have kept playing with an impaled broom in his chest.
yeah, that's what football players
That's what they
right?
do.
But that's what curlers do too, Sean. Keep playing. And yeah, like really surprised that he didn't hurt himself worse. And it was near the end of his sweep that this happened. I wonder, Sean, did he get to use a fresh brush head after that when he had to replace his whole broom?
Maybe.
I think that's one of the exceptions to that rule, where you can replace the brush head between or during the game, in case you break the entire broom.
Right. But then, in that case, if that's the actual rule, Ben Hebert's going to be going to the back a lot. Let vent a little steam there,
Well, Ben Hebert is a very strong man too, but
Yes.
Jared Allen, he is not.
Jared Allen, was it Jared Allen's playing weight? I would guess it was in the 270, 280 range.
Probably 300.
And like he still looks that he's around the same. Like Ben Hebert's like a strong dude, but he ain't that big and strong. Like Ben Hebert's a normal height person. Like Jared Allen, I think, is like 6'5", and he's almost 300 pounds. That's not what those brooms are made for. That's not quite it.
AI Search Assist tells me he played at 270 pounds. So you had it, Sean.
Nailed it. All right. So that's the Come On Man Award. All right, Scott, let's go to the biggest story of the year. And this year, I'm putting Sweeping the Return. Broomgate 2.0 came back this year, and we did get some clarity on that before the World Championships in terms of the foam. So we went from previous Broomgate about 10 years ago regarding questions of the fabric, and this year we got to the foam. And so now everybody has agreed, at least for now, on the type of foam that can be used, because the foam was getting too hard. And John Epping was winning games and people didn't like it. But the foam was too hard. And so now we have standardized the foam.
Yes. Sean, and you had a good talk with Goldline about brooms. So I'll let you talk more about that if you like. But I don't know. I feel like this is going to keep cropping up, right? Is that old saying, if you're not cheating, you're not trying.
Mm-hmm.
And any advantage that you can get is, worth money, right? Out there. And so why would you not try all sorts of different things that are coloring around the edges of the rules, creeping right up on them? Like, it was the fabric before, right? The fabrics were the big story. And then now the foam is the big story. I don't know what it'll be next, but it'll be something. Somebody will figure something out, and we'll have another Broomgate down the line. But for this year, I think this was, outside of the games, right, the biggest story of the year.
Yeah. What if we just had no foam? What if somebody does that? Just shows up, wraps just the plastic handle with the fabric. Maybe there's a rule about that. But yeah, it's interesting. Like I can understand some of the players' perspective of like this. You want the sweeping to matter, but you don't want it to matter more than the quality of the throw. And I totally get that as well. But the circumstances of how this all happened was strange. that like there was a statement that came out and specifically identifying John Epping's team and saying that Team Epping has agreed to do this, and then an interview with John Epping saying like nobody called me. So the circumstances of it were strange. And I mean, I'm glad everyone has come to a détente. I mean, as much as we know, and I'm sure like World Curling eventually, after a lot of pressure, came out with a decision on this, and it's cooled off for now. I don't think enough happened that we'll have a 2034 John Cullen documentary series on it.
Yeah,
but it's still pretty new, and things could happen.
Yeah, they could.
And it was good for John Cullen. Let's be honest.
Yeah, John Cullen.
He had the big boost when the show first came out, and then you have this, and like part deux.
Yeah, so. And I bought John Cullen's book, Sean. So there you go.
Very nice. Have you read it yet?
At an independent bookstore. Yeah, look at me.
Yeah,
I'm a hero.
Have you read it yet?
I've read about half of it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it with me on my trip on the holidays.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
All right, Scott, let's move on to our next award. That'll be the non-skip player of the year. I think some good candidates here this year, but I think we got to award this one to Brett Gallant for winning with Jocelyn Peterman the mixed doubles Olympic qualifier. I believe that started in 2024 and ended in 2025, if memory serves.
That's
and
true.
Then, of course, was the second on the Brier winning Jacobs team and the Jacobs team that will represent Canada in the 4-person game coming up in February. So he's going to do double duty at the Olympics. First Canadian to do such, not the first person to ever do that, despite what I heard on a certain, I can't remember if it was the radio or TV, whatever, but it's not the first person to ever do it. The first Canadian to ever pull double duty. So I think they did get upset in the mixed doubles world championship, had a great week, and then just got dinged, I believe, in the quarterfinal there. But overall, I think a really good year for Brett Gallant. So I have him as the non-skip player of the year.
Yeah, I think that's a good place to put them, Sean. This year, I can think of Jennifer Dodds as one of those two-way players that's quite good and has done well also at mixed doubles world championships. Let me see here. Mixed doubles silver last year for her and Bruce. Mount, of course, as a skip, not eligible for this award. I think Yannick Schwaller as well is going to both, but again, skip doesn't count.
Yeah.
So Brett Gallant has had an amazing season. You were able to talk to him at the trials about what it's like, already knowing that you have your berth secured. And I think this guy, coming out of juniors as a super highly touted skip, making the decision to go and play with Brad Gushue, I can't really say enough about how that must have helped his curling development. Just making the decision to dedicate himself to it and to play that. So, he's still quite young. I mean, quite young. He's younger than me, so I find that young. And he's definitely worthy winner of the non-skip player of the year.
Yeah, great season for him, no question about it. All right, Scott, let's move on to, and actually I should just note too, I think we changed it last year from player of the year to the non-skip player of the year because it was just too obvious that it was going to be Rachel Homan.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel that way a little bit this year too. So we don't have a skip of the year because, well, we'll get to that. So let's move on, Scott, to the upset of the year. I actually have two options here, maybe co-award winners for the upset of the year. I have Jacobs over Gushue in both the Brier semifinal and the Olympic trials, although it might have been the Brier 1-2 game. I'd have to look and confirm that. Not because Brad Jacobs beating Brad Gushue is like even an upset or shocking. It was the way that those two things happened. That at the Brier, he had, for Brad Gushue, a relatively simple shot to come around a somewhat high guard with a hack weight hit, and he missed it. And then he had a triple at the trials in the last game that if the stone that he was running back on to the 2 Jacob stones, it was a Jacob stone, so it would have been a triple. But if that had been the 2 stones behind had been your own, you would have never tried to drive the opponent's rock through that hole because it was too close. They were too. You'd be like, no, you're never going to do it. And yet he somehow did that and missed the triple. So it's not that he lost, it's the way in which he lost those 2 games, shots that you would not expect him to miss, is why I have that as one of the upsets of the year. And the other upset of the year is Canada missing the mixed doubles Paralympics.
Yeah. The Paralympic Games one for me, Sean, is the bigger upset just because it's less fathomable of a thing.
Right. Especially who was there.
Yeah, especially given the teams and all that. So for me, that one is probably the bigger upset. I understand what you're saying about Jacobs beating Gushu, and really Gushu beating himself by missing 2 like relatively simple shots for a player of his caliber. And I think, if you asked him, he'd say, yeah, I should make those shots, every time. But he didn't, and we're in this timeline where he didn't. So, yeah, pretty big upset for him to miss those shots.
Yeah, and on the Paralympic side, they did announce, Curling Canada did announce the 4-person team that'll be going. So the 5 players will be going on the to compete at the Paralympic Games. Mark Idison, Ina Forrest, not part of that team. So they've been longtime stalwarts of the Paralympic program, and they went to the mixed doubles, did not qualify, so they will not be at the Paralympics. So certainly a shocker there. And so we have the co-upsets of the year. Scott, next up is the game of the year, which has been downgraded from one of the most prestigious awards this year to one of the early awards because, one, I couldn't think of a game. Like last year, it was the Korea-Canada Women's World Championship semifinal game that I raved about after the World Championship, and I raved about during the Stoney Awards. It was my favorite game. Mm-hmm. If we could have a special dispensation for a game from a year and a half ago being in this year, I would take, like, it's my favorite game from the past 2 years. It was incredible and amazing. This year, there wasn't a game like that for me that was as captivating. Like, if you look back at the finals that we had in Canada, not really great. The Women's World Championship final was, it was okay. Rachel Holman made some really good shots. We'll talk about one of them in a minute, but wasn't the most captivating. I didn't see the Men's World Championship final live, as I never do, going to a work thing that I have to go do at that time of year every year. So I couldn't think of a game that really stood out to me. So I went to a game that was not a super high level of play, but it was a game that I was transfixed on. And this happened back in February at the Ottawa Curling Club, a game on sheet 4 in Thursday night D level curling. I was on sheet 3. I had a front row seat to this game. And Scott, one team scored a 7 in the first end and actually had a shot for 8.
Yeah.
So you think, okay, 7, it goes up on the board. I think everyone kind of does a little double take, does a little side eye, like, ooh, whoa, incredible. Scott, the fourth end, they were playing with the hammer, down 8-7. And the final score of the game was 12-11. The team that did not score, the team that was down 7 after the first end, came back and won this game. I remember that way more than any game that I played in last year. And certainly that night, I was just amazed at what was happening 6 feet to my right.
Yeah, Sean. I was going through my photos to delete photos yesterday.
Yeah.
And I saw this one, I saw the line score, and I was like, what is this? Oh, yeah, that's that drunk game, like where the scoreboard was crazy. Yeah, this shows you that anything can happen in curling. The team that scored 7 were probably already thinking about getting into the warm room.
Yep.
Was it a late game, Sean, perchance?
No, early.
Early. Interesting. But maybe we did it. We've got this team done and dusted. All we have to do is show up.
Yep.
That's a dangerous mindset to have, Sean, in the game of curling. So yeah, this scoreboard was crazy. It was like, what the hell happened?
Yeah. So yeah, and I actually played these guys a couple weeks ago, the guys who won, and they brought it up. They didn't. It was within context, and they weren't like, "Hey, we gave up 7 and won the game," or anything like that. But they just brought it up. It's Team Davies over at the Ottawa Curling Club, and they were just like, "Yeah, it was so weird. Like, gave up the 7, and then they just didn't hit." They're like, huh. Okay. And and so they came back and won that game.
Yeah, that's a good and worthy game of the year. In thinking, like, I thought the men's trials final game 1 or the men's trials semifinal were both good games, but I don't think
the men's trials game 1 though, because it ended on a miss.
Yeah,
it kind of took the wind out of the sails out of it,
Yeah.
So that's game of the year. Scott, let's talk about the departure of the year, and this is Curling Canada Plus, which appears to be gone. It occurred to me today because the seniors were last week, and so congratulations to the teams that won the seniors. I was like, wait a minute, like, I haven't heard about Curling Canada Plus in a while. So I Googled Curling Canada Plus. It still exists, and it has like 2025 Brier games on it. So I hit the subscribe button, and there was no avenue through which I could subscribe to Curling Canada Plus. So I think the Curling Canada Plus experiment is dead. The mixed doubles trials last year, that was available just on YouTube. They didn't put that on Curling Canada Plus. It wasn't televised anywhere, so it was just on straight up on YouTube. Had pretty good numbers for like a YouTube stream, like in the, I want to say around 50,000 people. It wasn't up to 6 figures, but it was well into the 5 figures. So that's a pretty good crowd for a stream on YouTube. But it appears as though the Curling Canada Plus days are behind us.
I'll have ChatGPT write a eulogy. Stand by.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I understood. I think we said this at the time. I understood where they were coming from with this, that it's expensive to stream these events. But at the same time, it just felt like you're trying to get $10 out of the family of the folks who are playing in the Canadian Club Championship and the people who are playing in the seniors and the juniors. Like, that's what it kind of felt like. That it's like, when I was a kid and you go to play a hockey game and they're charging the parents like $3 to get in. You're like, wait, what? Like,
yeah, come on.
Like they pay thousands of dollars over the course of the year for ice rental and to equipment and all, and now you get $3 to get into the game. Like, what?
Yeah, come on. What are we doing here?
So, especially we sucked. Not worth it. Just sit in the lobby.
I'll drink my concession stand coffee in the lobby. Thanks very much.
Yeah. So you got a eulogy here for Curling Canada Plus, Scott?
Yeah, I do. Ladies and gentlemen, teammates and rivals, lifelong fans and late night stream scrollers, we gathered today to say goodbye to a platform that tried its very best to bring the roar of the rings to our living rooms, Curling Canada Plus. For a brief, shining moment, Curling Canada Plus promised us something beautiful: convenience, access. That, in a world of infinite streaming options, our sport, our wonderfully niche, satisfyingly strategic, heartbreakingly Canadian sport, deserved a home of its own. And though its time with us was short, and though it sometimes buffered at the most inopportune moments, and though there were days when logging in felt like performing the last stone draw with a broom made of wet spaghetti, Curling Canada Plus still meant something. It meant that curling mattered enough for someone to try. Curling Canada Plus lived a courageous life. It charged modest subscription fees. It asked for our patience. It taught us the meaning of resilience, both on the ice and in our attempts to re-enter our passwords. It brought us games we might never have seen otherwise. It carried the hopes of fans far from broadcast coverage, the ones who woke up early, who stayed up late, who whispered, please, please just let this stream load. And so today we honor not only a streaming platform, but an idea that curling deserves a digital home as grand as a Scotties patch and as dependable as a Kevin Cooey draw to the button. Curling Canada Plus leaves behind countless memories, several frustrated refresh attempts, a few frozen screens, and the eternal gratitude of fans who, despite everything, kept coming back. Because that's what curlers do. We keep coming back. We sweep, we adjust, we try again. May its servers rest peacefully. May its VOD library live forever in someone's archive folder. And may the next platform learn from its stumbles, glide with better tech, and truly deliver the game we love. Goodbye, Curling Canada Plus. Thank you for your ends, whether complete, partial, or interrupted by playback error. You tried, and in this sport, trying with heart is always worth a standing ovation.
That's beautiful. Beautiful, Scott. What a wonderful, wonderful sentiment there for Curling Canada Plus. And well, standing ovation for them. Yeah, there you go. Well done. Yeah, it was a great run. Great run.
It was a great run.
Yeah. So Curling Canada Plus, the departure of the year. Scott, let's shift over to the shot of the year. This is going to go to Rachel Homan. She makes a run double in the fifth end of the World Championship final. It's her first shot of the end. Savannah Tiranzoni has the hammer, and she's running her own rock back off the center line. It's a center line guard, and there's a rock top 4 foot, and then behind the tee line also, I think in the 4 foot, just biting the 4 foot. And so if you had thrown this without a guard, it's a really thin double that you're trying to make. Think of the one she made in the 2017 Scotties against Michelle Englot. It's not as far, but it's a similar angle, that very thin double. And she does it as a run back in a situation where the game is very much in doubt here in the fifth end of that final. Savannah Tiranzoni has the hammer and is sitting to, and she tries this crazy run back, and it wasn't a straight nose run back either. Had to be on just a very slight angle, and she makes it perfectly. And might be a little hyperbolic to say it's a game saver, but it was certainly a momentum shifter en route to that World Championship win.
Definitely was, Sean. I've got it queued up here. I'll try and clip it for us to share. But pretty crazy to try. There wasn't anything good really. She had the hammer, so like worst case, okay.
Excuse me. Yes, I was right. I said Savannah Tiranzoni had the hammer. My apologies.
Yeah, no. So she makes the shot. Tiranzoni draws around the stone that's left, and I think Rachel ends up drawing for one anyway. But I'm looking at it here. Whew, just picture perfect. Hits it exactly where you want to, and we'll get to it later, but that shot perfectly sums up Team Homan experience over the last 2 years, is them putting the rocks exactly where they want to be.
Yeah, they're really good.
Really good.
Yeah, and we said this after the trials, the trials final, that they believe in themselves now.
Yeah.
She didn't once say that she couldn't believe it.
No, she does believe it.
She believes it now.
I thought about that. And she believes it. They're going to the Olympics. Yeah,
I wonder if somebody mentioned it to her at some point over the summer.
Or maybe she'll listen to our podcast.
Hey, Rachel, you say unbelievable a lot.
I do?
Really? Because that happens, doing this for as long as we've done this, and I've done the history show for even longer. Like, some people who have listened will say, you say this a lot, or you have this little thing, and things that you don't notice when you're speaking, but once you hear it, you can't not hear it in yourself.
Yeah, you can't unhear
so
it.
you
That's for
change
sure.
it. So I do. That's why I wonder if somebody has said that to her.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
All right, Scott.
I've put the link in our chat here, Sean.
Yes, thank you. All right, Scott, we got 2 awards left. Let's
Big
go
one.
with the most prestigious awards. We'll go with the moments of the year. And this one might be a little recency bias, I don't know, but I'm going to go with Christina Black making the playoffs at the 2025 Olympic trials. I'm picking this not only because we really like Christina Black, but the way in which it all happened, the circumstances of it all were pretty incredible. That you had this 3-way tie potentially, like going into the last draw, if all of Christina Black, Selena Sturmey, and Caitlin Laws did the same thing, then we would have this tie. If they had all lost and Kayla Skrillex could won, there would have been a 4-way tie. Things could have gone really crazy. But all 3 of those teams are in this position of, if we all do the same thing, we're all tied. And going into that last draw between the 3 of them, they'd all beat each other. But Christina Black had the worst of the last stone draw. Then, but the second end, the notice comes out that she has now leapfrogged those 2 teams in the last stone draw because of what happened pregame in the final game. And then the games are nip and tuck the whole way. I would say of the 3, Selena Sturmey was in control the most of the 3 games. But we go through, Selena Sturmey finishes, she wins, Christina Black wins her game, and then it's up to Caitlin Laws, who at this point is eliminated from contention. If she loses, obviously she's out. If she wins, because of the other 2 results and where we are last stone draw, she's going to be out. So she is out. She cannot win anymore. She tries a run back to win the game against Kate Cameron. If she misses it, Selena Sturmey is in the playoffs. If she makes it, Christina Black is in the playoffs. And all of a sudden, Caitlin Laws is an honorary Nova Scotian. And she steps in, full credit to her, makes the run back, wins the game. I think based on her reaction, she knew that she was eliminated at that point because she didn't have a big reaction to it. But Christina Black did, and that team did. And they start, they're jumping around and hugging. And that was really cool to see. The crowd's going nuts. And that's all in the context, too, that Colleen Jones had passed away 2 days before. And that team has a connection. Obviously, just Nova Scotia curling is a tight-knit community, but Marley Powers having that very personal connection to Colleen Jones and the family, the Jones Saunders family. It was a really cool moment. And then she goes out too, and she wins against Carrie Anderson the next day, and she's like, during her post-game interview, is like shilling tickets and like, hey, come on out, people, come in, like, let's do it. Like, that was really cool. She throws the winning shot in the semifinal, out-turn hit. That's Colleen Jones's shot. So that, I think that was just really cool. The whole circumstance of everything that went into that, I think, moment of the year.
Yeah. How can you argue with any of that, Sean? The emotion that was in the arena. It's always better to have a team celebrating a make, even if it's not your make. Right. Team Sturmey, I'm sure, would have had a celebration too, but might have had to be a bit more muted given everything else.
Well, also, they would have been the only noise being made in the building at that time.
True. And so, yeah, Sean, Christina said, the curling gods, they had an extra curling god up there rooting for them that week. And yeah, I think that's pretty apropos.
Yeah.
Very fitting to be the moment of the year.
Yeah. So a very cool one from out in Halifax last month. Scott, let's go to our final award of the year, the most prestigious award that we hand out here on the Stonies. It is the team of the year. And Scott, is there any doubt as to who was 2025's team of the year?
No doubt, Sean. Team Homan is the team of the year. They this year have lost 7 games. Last year, I think they lost 8 games all year. They play 80 to 90 games every year. last I checked, winning percentage of about 900. It's pretty freaking good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's why she moved to Alberta. She would have to, so she could stop buying drinks for people.
Huh.
Right. When you win that frequently, it kind of taps out the bank account a little bit.
Sure
if you're in central Canada here.
Yeah. I wonder if they do that at the slams, Hey, what do you want? What'll you have? Probably not. But
Probably not.
I mean, yeah, there's no doubt this is the team, right? You could think about Team Mowat. They've won a bunch of slams as well. Team Jacobs has had a good calendar year.
Yep.
Not getting, into the gold medal game at the Worlds, but yeah, this is Rachel Holman. Her team is like unbelievable. There it is again.
It's curlers making curling shots. I believe all of it. Shots. Yeah, but no, they're just so they're just so good. Like going into the Scotties, you're kind of like, is something gonna happen? And no, and like the final, Carrie Anderson, I don't think played terribly in that final, but just never got anything going. 6-1, they win that. World Championship, let's go win that. Come through, let's win all of the slams in the fall. Go to the trials, stub our toe against Kayla Skrlik on Sunday. Like, okay, but we'll just come back and destroy the rest of the field. And I mean, the game Friday, the game one of the 3-game final was tighter than you might have expected, but they came back Saturday with a truly dominant performance, and that's just what they do. Like the only consistent struggles, if you can even use that word, that they've had is against the various Korean teams, and in particular Team Gim. That's I think the team that's given them the best games over the past couple of years. So I think definitely the favorites going into the Olympics. They did do as well this year the game against Bruce Mowat before one of the slams, the battle of the sexes, which I believe Bruce Mowat won, but it was close. Like
and it was fun. Like everybody,
it was a fun game. It was So they're just really, really good.
Yeah, really good. They lost 3 games in the Pan-Continental, all to teams from Asia. And of course, China.
They didn't win that. Yeah.
China beat them in the final. To rest you well, Pan-Continental. But
maybe that should have been our departure of the year.
Well, there's always time to clip in the old eulogy.
Yeah, that's true.
Honorable mention. The only loss to a team outside of the top 25 was that surprising loss to Kayla Skrlik on the last or the first Sunday night of the trials. But
the only Sunday night of the trials.
I guess that's true.
Yeah.
Managed to rebound and obviously come away as your Olympic representatives and 2-time defending world champions.
So and Dalal, who's the manager at the Ottawa Curling Club, I don't invest in the new sign yet.
Yeah, maybe just give it a few months.
Maybe hold off a few months. Yeah. If you're ever in Ottawa at the Ottawa Curling Club, there's a sign outside that says the home of Team Homan, and last year she got it updated with the 2024 Scotties and World Championship on it to go with the other ones that Rachel Holman had won, and they promptly went out and won another Scotties and another World Championship. So the sign, which is not even I think a year old, in terms of being up on the side of the building, is out of date.
Yeah, and we're running out of space to put banners in the club too. So.
Yeah, it's getting a little bit much. So, those Colts banners. Good job, folks, but you might get relegated here.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, so there you have it. Those are the Stoney Awards. So run through them again. The I don't know about that award goes to China, not saying they're not burning rocks or we're not burning rocks at the 2025 Men's World Championship. The Come On Man Award to Jared Allen and breaking his broom while sweeping. The biggest story of the year is the return of Broomgate. Brett Gallant is our non-skip player of the year. Jacobs over Gushu in the Brier semis and the trials last game of the round robin, and Canada missing the wheelchair mixed doubles at the Paralympics. Those are our upsets of the year. The Ottawa Curling Club 12-11 coming back from a 7 in the first end as our game of the year. Curling Canada Plus, the departure of the year. Shot of the year, Rachel Holman run double, fifth end of the world final. Moment of the year, Christina Black makes the playoffs at the Olympic trials. And back-to-back years for Team Holman as our team of the year. Those are our 2025 Stoney Awards.
Sean, do you think we should invest in a banner for Team Holman and ask Delisle to put it up at the club?
For back-to-back Stoney Award Team of the Year?
Team of the Year, yeah.
Sure.
Why not, eh?
Yeah.
They can put it, I don't know, behind the bar or something.
Yeah. Well, let's start with, there's the Wall of Fame.
Oh, yeah.
Right? That and it changes every year, so they just print out on paper when a team does something, like wins something, where a member is involved. And it's my favorite thing ever because when Rachel Holman had won the world championship, that was on the board next to somebody who had gotten like third place at a mixed doubles open rec level bonspiel. Like, these are the same thing.
Yep.
The same level of difficulty and the same type of achievement.
I like it.
Yeah. So maybe we could sort of send her that and say back-to-back Stoney Award winning Team of the Year.
And we should give the award for the Game of the Year too. Put that on the wall.
Oh yeah, that's true. I'd have to ask the guys who they were playing against. I have to ask Team Davies, but yeah, Game of the Year. These are prestigious awards.
They are. I think they should go on the Wall of Fame. So I like that. We can even put a QR code for people to subscribe to our podcast.
A wee bit of marketing. There you go. So that's it. That is our 2025 year in review as such with the Stoney Awards. It is also going to be our last original episode of the year. I plan on cutting together a best of 2025, which I'll release around the 24th or 5th if I get it done. And then I think we're going to release re-release my favorite episode of the year, which was the ads. I really enjoyed the ads episode this year. So we'll have some stuff in the feed for you over the holidays, but this will be our last original episode, new episode of the season. So we will be back with you in January. So if you want to make sure you get all of that as we go into the 2026 Olympic Games, please do subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, like, rate, comment, all that good stuff. Helps other people find the show, keeps us growing. Head on over to GameStonesPod.com. Past episodes are there in the episodes under the episode tab, plus a link to all of our merch. We're on the socials at Game of Stones Pod, except for Facebook, where it's Game of Stones Podcast. And of course, if you want to let us know what you want to hear on the show, Game of Stones Podcast at gmail.com. Scott, you are venturing off.
That's right.
To the other side of the Atlantic Ocean for the better part of 3 weeks.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. We're gonna go spend the holidays with the family overseas. So I'll be over there, and it'll be great times. I was thinking, Sean, I'm going to be in Budapest, and Hungarian curling, I think, is based in Budapest.
Oh, interesting.
And maybe I could see about trying to get the gang all out to throw rocks, because I was saying to Carrie, like, the kids are Hungarians and also Canadians.
That's true.
So maybe they'd be good at curling.
That'd be fun.
We should try to get them into curling, so that one day they can represent Hungary as curlers.
That'd be fun.
Yeah,
that would be interesting. Are the kids Canadian?
Yep.
Oh, yep. But they were all born in, well, either Hungary or Scotland or Belgium.
Oh yeah, you get Canadian. You can get Canadian citizenship for them because their parents are Canadian citizens.
Okay.
So
well, there you go.
Based on that, I will look it up. But
all right,
I think it'd be fun to get out there, and then I could, show off to my in-laws how good I am actually at curling. Funny story: when we were in Halifax, Carrie was texting her mom, and it was. She said, "Remind me, is Scott playing in that again?" Pretty good, right?
One day, Scott.
One day.
Yeah. Maybe for the Senior Olympics.
Maybe.
Yeah, where
Maybe.
steroids are allowed if they're necessary for your heart function.
Yeah, that's right. Have you heard of this? That like an all steroids Olympics? I heard this idea somewhere. Was it a Chuck Klosterman thing?
Yeah, I don't know who's doing it, but a bunch of athletes have signed up for it. Yeah,
steroids only, or like
it's not steroids only. It's no testing.
No testing. Yeah,
it's no test. So you don't necessarily have to use stuff, but it's a no test Olympics. With I think the premise is see how far the human body can be pushed.
Okay, cool.
Is it?
I think so.
I think that the issue I think is safety, right? Like if people are using, say, anabolic steroids, right? That is long-term health implications and
but they're
short-term health implications, and
they're making that choice for themselves.
Yeah, but do you want to encourage that?
I think you just don't discourage it.
It's an interesting ethical question.
Yeah, and that's why we have the Olympics, to stay clean, and whatever this roided up games is to not.
So I believe it's called the Enhanced Games.
Okay, that makes sense.
So that's going on. But Scott, I mean, in the interim, I guess we can look forward to the 2054 games, Winter Games, if winter is still a thing at that point, and the Hungarian team of Thiessens.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Yeah, it'll be good. Good stuff. So, Scott, safe travels overseas. Happy holidays to you and the extended family over there. Hope you have a good time. Hope all of you have a great time over the holiday season. Have a healthy and a happy end to 2025. Wishing everybody out there nothing but the best for 2026. And our great thanks to you all for listening in over the course of the year, whether this is your first episode or whether you've listened to them all. We really enjoy doing this and are very grateful and appreciative of everybody out there who allows us to continue to do it. So we certainly appreciate all of you out there who listen and those who write in. I know I'm horrific at writing back. Not horrific in that I write horrible things, but then that I just don't write anything back. I know I'm really bad at it. But when you do write in, we do read them and certainly do appreciate it. And I do have a couple of episode ideas in my book from stuff that people have written in. So very much appreciate all of you who have reached out over the course of the year. And we are very excited for 2026 and the Olympic Games and hope that you will join us along for that. So happy holidays, everybody. Happy New Year. Hope 2026 brings you health and happiness. We will talk to you. Well, we'll talk to you in the interim from afar. And I'm going to do new intros and stuff. But until we talk to you in the new year, keep those brooms on the ice and don't dump that intern.
Make the final.